Hi, this is a training video for Silex Bank on their WordPress site. I have two windows open here, and we're going to be looking at the same time the back side of the website and the front side of the website. You want to start here at the login screen, SilexBank.com/WP-admin. All of this information will be on your red sheet. You'll also have your username and password on your red sheet. So I'll go ahead and log in. And you can see a few basics here on the dashboard. Also a couple of ads that are not useful. They can be turned off. But Exact Metrics is running the Google Analytics for this site. So you can see those numbers. And if you logged into Google Analytics with the information that you see on your red sheet, you could find more details about the analytics for the site. But this gives you some pretty good ideas of traffic to the site, and you can change your time frame, the sessions. You can see all of those numbers about the analytics. First, we want to start with some basic page editing. And there are a lot of items in our navigation over here. We'll go through quite a few of these. You won't use all of them. You'll have admin access, so you'll be able to see all the tools, but you won't necessarily want to touch all of the tools. Several of them you want to just leave alone. So we'll start here with pages. Pages shows a list of every page that is in the site. Currently, my internet's a little slow tonight for some reason. And so first I'm going to search for home. There are a lot of pages in this site, so it may be easiest just to search for that. And here's the home page. So here's what it looks on the front side. And then on the back side, it looks like this. Quite a bit different. So let me walk you through these areas, and then it'll make a lot more sense. There are sections within the site, and you can kind of see that there are sections within the site. The green band is a section, the photo image is a section, and so forth. But these are run in different ways. The first section that we see here are the 3 images section. It's actually this one that we see first, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. 3 images section refers to this code, which tells us you can edit that in the home buttons. And home buttons are over here on the left where most things are. And that's where you go to edit those 3 buttons. There's a special tool that's built just to edit those. Then if we scroll down a little further, you'll see there's another section, and this is the online banking section. There's the text for that. So if you want to alter that text, you just type it right in here. There's some pretty normal tools going on here as far as bold and italics and bullet points and centering, alignment, all of that sort of thing. Adding a link to the text like this. You can see when I highlight that, it links to the online banking page. Makes sense. And then quite a few more formatting tools. For instance, like right here, you can see that button is highlighted and white text. And sure enough, if you look here on the front side, it is a button and it has white text. And so literally just by typing in some text, giving it a link to another page, and then changing the format to button and white text, you've built this button. So that's how that works. This text you can see here is listed as paragraph. That's the main type style for regular text. All the kind of small paragraph, normal text on the page should be listed here as paragraph. And it's apparently a 12-point size is what it's set to right now. If I highlight online banking, you'll see that that's set to heading 2. Headings go in order from 1 being the largest heading on down all the way to 6. So you'll probably see throughout the site 1, 2, and 3 used the most throughout the site. So this is not the largest heading in the website, it's the second largest. And instead of trying to set your own font, your own color, all of that, it's really best to use these preset formats. It's a little hard to tell because you don't know what they're going to look like on the front side here, but essentially anything it looks like that's white text is heading 2. So let's just drop down a little bit here. That side is the text, and then on this side is the image. If we wanted to change this image, we could hit edit here, and we could change some details about this image. We could also insert a brand new photo if we wanted to. We could delete that one out, add media, and then choose from any of the images that are already in your library. If you needed to upload a new image, you could go to this tab and upload your own file. So there's some details there. I won't save this page, so we won't worry about that picture being gone, or maybe I can undo it and get it back in there. Nope. Okay, moving on. The next group is the Stay Connected. And again, you see text here. This is also a button that says Learn More. This particular one has an image all the way behind it, not just on one side, but the whole background. And so if we click up here, we should say, well, let's look. Here we go, in Settings. This background is set in Settings. And again, we could remove that, add a new one in, change the text to this section by clicking on Content. And we'd have access to all of those elements just like before to change formatting and things like that. Whenever you get done editing a page, you want to be sure that you go ahead and hit Update. It's up here in the upper right-hand corner. That's like Save. If you don't hit that, it will not save and publish to the internet. So be sure after you're done and everything is correct and ready to go, you hit Update. Now, this page also has a footer, as do the other pages. The footer is set globally for the whole site, so you won't see that on every single page. It's in one particular spot that we'll talk about. And then we also want to jump back up here to the top portion, which is the image slider. And that's called, over here on the left, Slider Revolution. We're going to leave this page without making changes. Within Slider Revolution, there's just one slider. It's just on the home page. So I'll click the pencil button to edit that. This is a complex tool, something that we normally edit for our customers, but certainly if you wanted to, you could. The main place you want to look is up here at the left-hand corner. You see there's various slides already set. So I could go to slide 4. And in this case, let's say I wanted to change the text. It's pretty easy to double click that and change the text out and hit Save. Or if I wanted to change the background image, I'd have to go up here and look at the background. It's set currently as an image. Go to the media library and choose a new image to go into that slot in the background. So that's another option too. I could duplicate a slide by going here. This little icon means duplicate. I could make a new one and then change out the photo and text on it, or just a brand new blank slide to, whoops, I did that wrong, sorry. Right here, Slides, Add Slide, and Blank Slide. And I can start from scratch. And there are a lot of settings over here on the right, so you kind of have to look around until you find the pieces that you're looking for. But essentially, you're going to want to set the background to either a color or a picture, and then you're going to want to add a layer of text over the top of that. Again, feel free to call Firehouse if you have questions about that, and we can kind of walk you through some of those steps, or if we're doing quarterly updates for you, certainly we can handle that for you. I'm going to click back on the W for WordPress in the upper left-hand corner, and that always gets you back to your main menu bar. So let's go back to Pages again. Let's look at one more page. Let's say we want to go to Checking and Money Market Accounts. So over here in my list of pages, I'm going to look up Checking, and we'll open that page. It's set up in a similar way. Squeeze this back over again. This time you'll see that there's code right here at the top, which looks a little strange. It's hard to know what that's referring to, but that's an accordion. So what's happening here is there are 4 accordions in this website for personal checking, business checking, now account, and money market account. So all the content really isn't in the page itself. It's in an accordion, and then that accordion falls in line with this page. So what we want to do is look here to responsive accordion in the upper left, scroll down, and you'll see here's all of the different accordions, and you can choose those. When you click on them, there's a lot of ads. You kind of have to scroll through that. They're always trying to sell you something else. But there are a number of listings within these different accordions. All the content is in here. So again, this does get a little bit complex, but if you want to edit the content on these pages with accordions, you have to go to responsive accordion. There are a couple also that have tables built into them, and I'm not sure if I can find that now, but they may have rates and things. Here's a very small one. You will occasionally, when you're logged in, see these edit buttons, which is kind of helpful because it takes you directly to that spot. So if I hit edit on the front side of the site, it takes me right to the Now Account table. The table name you can see here is Now Account. And then there are these boxes, the Now Account, and it looks like 0.2% happening in those boxes. You could edit those and hit save, and that would show up. So that's the nice thing about looking at the front side is you do end up with a little edit button to be able to edit those tables. If that was giving you issues, on the back side, it's under Table Press. And you can view all the tables, and again, you see the list of all the tables on the site. You can click the right one and then make edits to those tables. You can see all the percentages and everything is all set up in these tables. That really covers most of the editing of the pages themselves. I guess the only other thing we didn't talk about was this featured image at the top. Most pages do have just a static featured page. So let's scroll back here. If I'm back again now on the checking and money markets accounts page. Over here you see we're on pages, checking and money market accounts. If I scroll down a little ways, I can see that the featured image is this pin and check image. And that's where you set that. You can remove it. You can set a new one, pick the image from here, or upload a new one in this corner. Either way, there's quite a few images already built in that you can choose from. And then always after making a change, be sure to scroll up and hit update. All right, let's talk about the footer. That one is under Appearance and Widgets. And then let's see if we can find the right one. There we go. Footer 1 is where you can find those addresses, the map, all of the details down here. If you click on Footer 1 and then click on these guys, you'll probably want to switch over to visual. See how there's two tabs here? One for visual, one for text. This is the code. This is the visual. So there it shows your map. Let me zip that back up. Here it shows the addresses. That's the next thing in the box. And so you could edit those addresses. And at the bottom of these pages, there is a save button. We haven't changed anything, so it isn't highlighted. But be sure after you make a change, you hit save. And then I can zip that box back up. And then you see my two apps. And so you can make any edits to those. Be sure to hit save. And the very last one is, this is actually a navigation menu that's helping you get through these privacy policies, internet policies, and that sort of thing. So navigation menus, let's talk a little bit about that. Menus are in another location here under Appearance. If you go to Appearance and Menus, this site has a footer menu, which is the one we were just looking at, a main menu. Let me scroll up here so you can see it. That's the main navigation at the top. And then a social menu. And I don't believe these are being used right now. Let's hit select on this so we can see. Right now it's actually only being used for Equal Housing Lender and FDIC. It's being used for other things actually. So those are the two links. But if we go back to the main menu, you can see here that these correspond to what we're seeing on the page. Home is the first one, then Products, And we're going to skip these indented ones, drop down to online banking, and then agriculture, resources, about us. All of these items are the ones on the page. The ones that are indented are the sub-items within each page. So all of the drop-downs underneath products are these items. Over to the left, you will see a list of all pages in the site in alphabetical order, all of them. You can actually click these and add them to the menu on your own. It's going to drop it down to the bottom. Don't worry, it's there. It does it every time. It drops it to the bottom. Then you can click and drag and put that wherever you would like. If it's indented, it will be a sub-item of the main menu. So keep that in mind. And then whenever you're done, hit the Save menu and it will update. Maybe you want to remove a page, click the little drop down and remove to get rid of an item. Of course, I'm not going to save these changes right now, but normally you would hit Save at the end. Another key element to the Silex site is the banner at the top, and that's probably something that you'd like to change out pretty regularly. It's in a tool called Simple Banner. So you can click here. I'm going to leave without saving changes. And it's really pretty easy. Most of these settings, it looks a little complex here, but the settings are already set. So all you have to do is change the text within this box, kind of right in the middle, the simple banner text. So let's say I wanted to change that to Welcome to Silex Bank, exclamation point. I'd have to scroll down to the bottom to find the Save Changes. And then over here, if I refresh my page, it says Welcome to Silex Bank. So easy to change. All the settings are already in there. It's really just a matter of updating that box and then hitting Save at the bottom. The other tool that's being used, let's see, that is our staff. And if you need to update staff member information or photos, you just go over here to Teams. It's called Teams on the back side. And then you can open up the staff and you'll be able to see that all of the team members are in order here. First name, last name, a picture. There's a lot of information actually you can set. We're only really using first and last name right now. And then there's the photo. Obviously you can upload a photo. And then these are all actually linking to a page of bios. Everybody gets their own bio page. So all of that information is here. And then if you want to change something on the page about a particular person, it actually goes to a page on the website. So this is Connie's page. You can see here that the domain changes and shows Connie's page. We'll go to pages on the back side. And then if we type in Connie just to search quickly, there we'll find the page and you can edit the text on this page. There's photo, content. I'll stretch this out just a little bit. Photo, content, you can make any of those edits. And always, always, always remember, hit the update button in the upper right hand corner. That's a pretty thorough overview of how to make edits to this site. Certainly if you have any questions or any problems, feel free to give us a call at Firehouse Design. Thanks.